Greetings, fellow Clashers, and thank you so much for stopping by Clash of Clans Attacks for a public service announcement. Don't do this. I've been saying this over and over again, but come on, it's time to move away from the open base design. It is just not going to work out in this day and age of Clash of Clans, especially with level 3 witches. So Town Hall 10s, Town Hall 11s, it worked for a long time. But right here, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Obi-Wan a 3-star your base, is about to wipe out this Andrukas of Army of Witches. Now, the irony, Army of Witches, that's what Obi-Wan is bringing witches to the battle. And they are the ones that absolutely have their way with bases like this, and don't even call them in the morning. And here's why. Okay, the fundamental behind this base pre-Town Hall 11 update was that the big open area before you got to the core would help draw the golems out to the sides as they followed the next defensive structure. So what you would end up having is a large group of unprotected troops that go right down the center, the wizards, the heroes, and they would get wiped out. But the problem is, with the witches creating so many skeletons now, and of course, with the addition of the Grand Warden, you've got additional protection, and skeletons, they work just as well as a golem, unless of course they trigger a giant bomb or get wiped out by splash damage. Most of the time you'll see exactly what you saw right here. The core is just getting cleaned out like a month-old pumpkin after Halloween. It is rotten in the middle, and there's nothing stopping these troops. They are working their way through the rest of this base. Kenobi's got 62% damage, and yes, he's on his way to a 3-star win. You can see the Warden making a big difference, that aura protecting so many units on the inside, and just a couple of extra seconds for those skeletons, for the wizards, and the archers under fire from all of these other defensive structures is enough to give the advantage back to the attacker. It only seems like a small change, just an extra skeleton, but when you've got half a dozen or so witches, that's a lot of extra units on the battlefield at any given time. And time again, they are overrunning these open style bases, taking them down for 3 stars, or at least a very easy 2, but Obi-Wan Kenobi uses the Force and sucks 9 trophies out of Andrukas. Now, if that wasn't proof enough, check this one out. Yes, that's Spencer, $23, and he is going to completely wipe out another open base design. The Barching Champion, the Barching Pro, is using mass witches, golems, and wizards, and again demonstrating how overpowering this attack is, even after the recent nerf of the witches and their skeletons. So he's gotten in there, he's kind of using his fire break strategy. You can see on the right hand side he's got the king and a golem moving in at the bottom, and they're going to kind of clear this area out and help guide the rest of the troops in to the left here. And again though, you're going to see some of these golems path off to the left. Check out by the cannon, by the mortar, the golems are going to move away. But when you have that many witches and that many skeletons being generated by the witches, that is just a massive number of hit points that is going to successfully distract Expos, Teslas, Inferno Towers, and anything else in the core of these bases. Also, the well-timed Eternal Tome gives that additional several seconds of protection. Good rage spell on the inside. Spencer's got the Town Hall down. He's got the 2nd star, and of course he's going all the way. He wants 3 stars, and he is going to get it because these witches are spitting out skeletons faster than a Major League Baseball player spits out sunflower seeds. Again, cleaning out the core of this base. The only issue is how long it takes them to get out the back door. They're going to have to get one of those walls down, and this is sometimes the only reason a base like this isn't 3-starred, because of the splash damage on the far side, taking the units down as they work their way through that back wall. But in Spencer's case, he's got plenty of time, plenty of units, and again, the Grand Warden and his aura are going to help out, let those units last a little bit longer. The Queen has reached out and touched the last of the defensive structures that were damaging those units. They're through the wall, 82% damage, and you can see a lot of structures are left, but you've got a lot of units. Finally, Spencer using the Archer Queen's Royal Cloak, taking a few more structures out on the bottom right of the screen. There's some skeletons flying off the map like a spilled box of Q-tips, but there are plenty more. They can and will be replaced. And now, especially with the extra 30 seconds that we've seen added to all attacks post Town Hall 11, that really just continues to make this attack that much more overpowering. Spencer's Queen, Warden, Archers, and of course some more skeletons making the leisurely stroll back across the base to grab these last structures and wrap up another 3-star attack. And yes, believe it or not, Spencer, $23, collects 13 trophies on his way to who knows. Where will he stop? Nobody knows. Maybe he will join the rest of us up at Legend. And speaking of legends, here we've got XNaxDY, another Lost Phoenix legend, before he hit Legend, attacking a legend who has an open base design. So even some of the top players, and I do use that term loosely, after all, we've got thousands of legends, even I've made it up there, so it can't be that hard. In any case, we've got lots of players still using open base designs, and I'm not sure why. But I'll go with the excuse that we're only a few weeks or so outside the Town Hall 11 update, so people just haven't had a chance to learn their lessons. But Nax is teaching one right here with this nasty mass witch attack. There they go, moving in, and once again being protected by the aura of the Grand Warden. So giant bombs going off, taking out some troops, but not hitting the bulk of the witches, and that is what makes the big difference. Also, the witches having that ranged attack helps take out the lava pups when you've got a lava hound that emerges from your clan castle. And yes, that is a single target inferno on the far side. Good Eternal Tome usage right there. And once the multi-target inferno is out of the way, there is no stopping this wave of witches. Now do check out the name of this player's clan, 49%, and watch as Nax looks like he's got a 3-star wrapped up. What happens unbelievably right at 49%? No, I'm just kidding. So Nax will continue on, and sure enough, just overrun this base. No stopping Nax and his nasty witches, wizards, and the Grand Warden, almost always protecting that Archer Queen. They're going to work their way through the rest of this base, and that is the end of it. 40 trophies! Oh, that calls for a face palm right there. So hopefully you guys can learn from this episode and learn from other people's mistakes. Let's move away from those open base designs, prevent those 3-star losses in war, in farming, and in trophy hunting. And until next time, thank you guys so much for sticking around all the way to the end of this episode. I hope to see you back here tomorrow, and I appreciate every last one of you. Now get out there, and in life as in Clash of Clans, make every attack a full attack. Galadon, it's dollars. How many times, Galadon? Gosh.